Look at that map. Well, join us next time. Oh, wait, we're going to play something else now, right?
Yeah, probably.
Well, then don't join us next time.
Hey guys, it's Game Soup. My name's Joe.
My name is Edward.
Oh, cool. We actually did an intro.
For once in a very long time.
We're playing some Game Boy Advance games today. We wanted to start off with Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance because I have a long rant about this title.
This is a game I've never played, by the way.
Ed's never played this. I've played too much of this. I actually never finished it. I almost finished it, but I got lost. And then I went on GameFAQs, and I could not figure out where the fuck to go, even with GameFAQs. The problem with this game is that it has a two-tiered map system, and that there's points on the map where you can go into the second map at the same point. So you go back and forth between the two pieces of the map. So if you're trying to figure out where to go, you can't just look at one map. You have to look at a map, and then you look at the part where it goes into the other map. You switch to that map, you look at that part of the map, and you look at where that leads to on the other map, and you go back and forth between maps. That
sounds really cool in practice.
It's not practical at all. The map is a spaghetti mess. And the gameplay in this game is about as bad as the Metroid-style Castlevania games get, but it's still okay. It's just that you get lost constantly, and I don't have the patience to get through it. It's one of the worst Metroidvanias, in my opinion. I really don't like it. If you disagree, which I'm sure someone who's looking at this disagrees,
yeah,
tell us in the comments why you disagree. And you can just tell me that I'm a loser for not being able to read a map, if you'd like.
This fascinates me strictly from not educational, but from a game design perspective. I would love to know, because I've never played a bad Metroidvania Castlevania game.
Circle of the Moon was also bad.
I have not played it.
Yeah, Circle of the Moon was bad for... The major reason is... Actually, let's do Circle of the Moon after this. Let's make it a Castlevania episode.
Alright.
Because we don't have to play too much of Circle of the Moon.
No.
The reason I want to look at Circle of the Moon is because the major reason why Circle of the Moon was bad was because it was...
Too dark.
Too dark, exactly. It was a launch title. That was the launch title that I chose. Big mistake. The original GBA, I bought the GBA the day it came out, and the launch title I decided on was Circle of the Moon, and it's almost unplayable.
Wow, that was a hard boss battle.
Yeah, he was a fool.
He was on a fool's errand. It's really slow. I just noticed that. Is this right? It looks really slow.
The running animation looks really hokey. It actually looks worse than I remember.
He's wearing high tops, isn't he? He's wearing like Converse sneakers.
Yeah, that's actually pretty dope. I like that.
What is that? That's an enemy. That's an
enemy.
Bug.
Yeah, those are a type of enemy in the Castlevania series. The eyeball with the tail is what they're called.
That's what they're called. Because I played Dawn of Sorrow, and I love that.
Dawn of Sorrow is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Aria of Sorrow is also amazing, and that was for Game Boy Advance. This one, nah.
Was this like a different director, maybe?
Maybe, I don't know. But we're probably not going to see the actual major issue with the game during this time playing it, because the major issue is with the map as it becomes more and more spaghetti-like and convoluted.
If I think of it, and I remember during editing, I'll put up a map. I'll put up an overlay of the two maps on the screen right now, so you can see how crazy it looks. There are two maps.
It's a large game. This might have been the largest Castlevania to date when this came out, as far as the amount of space to explore goes. What is the biggest Castlevania to date? Is it Portrait of Ruin?
I'm
trying to think.
Dawn of Sorrow was pretty huge. I don't know.
Dawn of Sorrow was pretty big too. I think Portrait was bigger though.
You think?
I think so. We played through Portrait of Ruin on this channel, so if you feel like watching
fun.
Really old Game Soup, we should go back and check that out.
We should play Dawn of Sorrow on the channel.
Should we do it? We love Metroidvanias.
I want to, but I don't know if we really should though. I know I just said we should, but I don't know if we should.
I played through Symphony of the Night a couple years back. I think that was the last Castlevania game that I played through, actually.
I've never finished it.
And Castlevania 3, which I did with save states.
Right.
Because I don't have the fucking time to sit there and redo parts over and over again.
Yeah, nobody does.
I'm not a child anymore.
Wow, the dashing is fast though. Oops, wait, what? Oh, it's backwards. Okay, so if you're facing to the right, the L button will dash backwards. If you're facing to the left, the R button dashes backwards.
That's weird.
It's like Double Dragon sort of,
remember that. Oh yeah, but you can dash forwards.
That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, okay.
Straight from the beginning.
So it just dashes you in the direction that you press. That's not too bad. That's
pretty nice.
That's fine. That's decent design.
Look at that After Effect, that hologram type effect. I feel like that would bother me after a while.
This is taken exactly from Symphony of the Night.
Is it really?
Yep. The save room looks.
Oh yeah, but
identical.
it was much better 3D though.
Obviously, yeah.
On the
it was actually in
PlayStation.
3D. In this, it's
Like I don't even know where we are.
just a sprite.
Look at that map.
Yeah, the map is fine so far. This just feels like a Castlevania game
Yeah.
so far. Like, I feel like we're not going to get into my major complaints with the game. We're not going to get into the actual examples of my major complaints with the game until much later into the game. So,
Oh,
that's
dear
really,
Lord.
that's really it though. It's just the map. So that was my rant.
That was a good rant. That's a shame that the map kind of ruins everything else. I mean, like you said, the gameplay itself is stuck.
Yeah, I don't think you can get up there.
Oh,
What I really like, okay, I just downloaded Strider for the PlayStation 4 actually. I got it on PS4. It's great. This is Metroidvania's modern, done, perfect.
wow.
It's
Wait,
like
is it recent?
It's like they left it in the oven for the
Oh.
perfect amount of time. You know, like that was a really bad analogy, but anyway, it's fucking perfect.
it's polished.
The way that they do it is constantly on the map. You have a HUD map in the top right that shows you with an arrow exactly where you need to go at all times. You can press the map button. Where you need to go is highlighted, and you can see exactly the path that you need to go to get there
That's amazing. In a Metroidvania.
to advance the story.
Right.
But if you want to get extra power-ups, if you want to explore, you're absolutely free to do that. You're never lost, but you're also free to explore. It's perfect. And the powers you get in the game are so intuitive. I can't believe how many moves you get in this game, how many abilities you get that are all different, and some of them are pretty unique for a Metroidvania kind of game. And so it's just intuitive. As you progress in the game and learn these abilities, you learn them at the perfect order. This game's fucking amazing. And if you're an action game fan like me, it's pretty much non-stop action if you want it to be. If you want to just follow the story, you can just run through it like as an action game. I haven't finished the game yet, so I can't fully judge, but I think I'm about halfway through it now.
Is it just called Strider?
It's just called Strider. I wish they just called it Strider 3. It's kind of stupid that they called it Strider.
Oh, no! Sorry for my whiny voice just now. I hate Medusas.
I don't like when they remake something and call it the exact same name. I think that they should add what is it called? A subtitle?
Yeah, subtitles are cheesy, but yeah, like remaking or rebooting a series with the same name is worse.
Yeah. Because then it gets confusing, like Ninja Gaiden, when they did that for the Xbox.
Yeah. Or Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Whoa, I
Don't call the game the same. Yeah, this is not a good background. Don't do this.
this is, I mean, graphics cool, but wow. Wow, Medusas. Yeah, I mean, so far it seems perfectly passable. Obviously, we're not going to get to the point where it becomes a disaster. But what is this?
Yeah, let's check out Circle of the Moon. I just want to see how dark it is.
Fist.
The fist is. I think that throws.
Oh!
Oh wow, that's not what I remembered it doing.
I didn't know I had that
It's
ability.
pretty fucking dope. I mean, why would you use anything else besides punching it all the way across the screen?
I always punch my zombies. Okay.
Oh, you know what we say about death? Be not proud.
Be not zombies.
That's pretty well drawn. A little inconvenient to play it on this monitor, on the second monitor, but
With our GBA capture equipment.
if our capture equipment won't allow it, then we'll just put it on the second monitor.
What's Crossroads? Is that just... That's a very Japanese thing.
I don't know what Crossroads
Crossroads.
is. New game. Call yourself GS. Or A. Yeah, A is good. Lots of A's.
GZ for Game Soup. Game Soup.
You remember Zoop? Wasn't that yeah, there was a game,
Yeah.
Zoop. There was also a game called Zool, and both of them were for Sega Genesis.
I thought Zoop was for SNES, no? Or... No.
I think it was for both. I think it was for Genesis and Super Nintendo.
Did you ever play them?
It's a puzzle game. Zool was actually a pretty fun game about a ninja. It was a speedy... It was in the speedy animal genre, but
yeah.
the main character was a ninja instead of an animal. But it was still like just a fast character, and you collected things that were like rings and, side scroller. It was fun. Not a terrible game from what I remember. I haven't played it in ages, but Zool was pretty fun from what I remember. So this immediately looks better than I remember.
This looks...
Just playing this on an emulator. We're using an emulator.
This is the first time, actually, that we've ever used one.
Yeah.
This looks better than... what did we just play?
Harmony of Dissonance.
This
yeah.
looks better than that.
The graphics are probably already better, yeah.
This was the launch title for the GBA.
It definitely was.
I think the sprites are a lot smaller,
The sprites are smaller, yeah.
but I would prefer that in a Metroidvania. Everything looked like it was zoomed in before. Okay, okay.
Yeah, it was a little bit zoomed in.
Dracula. Oh, God!
Those are some exploding bats. I don't remember this at all. I haven't played this since, well, you know.
Yeah, the launch.
Launch of GBA.
I imagine...
A couple months after that.
A young...
Nathan Graves. We didn't need this guy. He did not need to be a Castlevania character. He did not need to be introduced into our roster. They should have just let us play as one of the old Belmonts or something.
This already looks miles better than Harmony of Dissonance.
It does.
But, yeah, I mean, look at the animations. They're way smoother, for one thing. Characters a lot smaller.
Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Because this actually looks better. This actually looks good
This
now.
reminds me, yeah.
Maybe it's a good game. It was just hidden behind being extremely dark on the original
fast.
GBA.
It's extremely fast. Responsive.
The walk speed is really slow, though.
Yeah, nobody would... If it was actually a good game, nobody would ever know. DSS, a tribute...
Oh, you know what I remember? I think you can double tap to run. You can double tap to run. No.
Psych, no.
I think you can later in the game.
Oh, look at that map.
But we're not going to get to that point. I just wanted to see how dark it is, really. We can stop playing at any point.
Special move, DS... There's only 4 things. Special move and DSS. B button. Can't get up here, right? Oh, we can. Wait, there's nothing there.
No, you need to turn into a bat or something to get in there. It's always useful to whip around in Castlevania games. I don't know why they put that whip around thing in Castlevania. It never does anything.
It's never used.
It's never useful. This guy's going to throw a bomb at you.
You know what's disappointing? If you were the developer for this game, and it looked like this when you're developing it, you know, you're probably
then it comes out on the GBA and it's just this dark mess that no one can play.
Exactly.
That would be really disappointing. You have all the development tools, like they just needed to go in and crank the brightness and saturation up a fuck ton just to make up for the hardware.
But there was nothing. I mean, there was really nothing they could do, though, right? Even that wouldn't have fixed it because the GBA was just so dark. Every game was dark.
Every game was dark, but this was notorious. They really needed to up the brightness of everything to make it visible.
I don't like when I got my SP. This was never an issue. That was front lit, right? I think it was front lit. That was a big difference.
No, it was backlit.
Was it? I'm pretty sure it was front lit.
SP?
Yeah.
No, it was backlit.
But it was just night and day.
It was night and day for sure. I had the Japanese version. I had the turquoise Japanese version.
Wasn't it? Okay, I wish we had a way to look this up. But was the GBA SP front lit or backlit? Leave it in the comments. Or don't. I mean, do though, because we don't have the internet right now. We're having a small issue with our internet service provider. We haven't had internet for a couple of weeks. Let us know.
Yeah, we don't have the money to pay for it. That's the main reason. So if you guys have any, if you guys have $3 isn't money,
If you have $3 isn't money.
Oh my God.
That's a beautiful, smooth segue, Joe.
Yeah, that was incredible.
We don't plug ourselves enough. We were talking about that off the show.
We were talking about... No, we were talking about it on the show.
Well, both, yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about it off and on the show. Yeah, we always forget that we never ask for anything really except for
$3.
Yeah, $3 isn't money. That's the only plug that we try to remember to do, but we haven't done it, I think, in months.
Yeah, it's probably been months.
And although now we're doing it. We've done it 2 times in a row, 2 episodes in a row. Who knows if they're gonna come out back to back? I seriously doubt it.
No,
Ash, but
almost never. I plug it on the analysis videos, but only at the very end. Well, except for the Mighty Number 9 video, because there it was kind of a joke.
Oh yeah.
But only at the end.
That's true. On the analysis videos, it does get a plug.
But do you know how many people watch the end of a YouTube video, especially our YouTube videos? 2. Me and Joe.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But like the amount of people that sit through an entire YouTube video, especially if it's more than 5 minutes long, is very low.
Ed and Car Battler.
Car Battler
Joe. My name is now. Watch the last episode of GBA Games to hear our thoughts on Car Battlers.
Well, now we have to show that one first.
Well, okay. It's coming out soon. We've covered our bases. I don't know. I think we've seen enough of this one.
Overall, I already like it better than Harmony of Dissonance, but without playing it all the way through, there's no way to tell. Seems okay.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I really wanted to see was the darkness, and it's not that dark, so this might actually be a fun game. I don't know. Who knows? It's a little slow so far, but I remember there's a point where you get a dash, so you can double tap it to run.
Well, join us next time. Wait, we're going to play something else now, right?
Yeah, probably.
Well, then don't join us next time. Joe just excused himself from yawning. For yawning, not from yawning.
For and from.
Hey, welcome to Game Soup. If you're watching this, you know it's Game Soup.
Yeah, this is the third... You don't get an intro. This is the third fucking segment of the episode. We're playing all... Basically, we're playing all the GBA Castlevania games. Not quite in release order, but Here they all are. Harmony of Dissonance, Circle of the Moon, Aria of Sorrow, the good one.
The year is 2035.
So this one takes place in the future.
Ooh, this one has
not
a
2035 yet.
skippable intro. That's very nice.
What a hunk of a main character,
Soma
wouldn't you
Cruz?
say?
This is the main character in Dawn of Sorrow as well, right? Soma Cruz?
It is, yes. Yes, it absolutely is. I think Dawn of Sorrow takes place after this game in the timeline of Castlevania, which is quite a complex mess. If you want to take a look at it,
No.
go on to Google Images and type Castlevania timeline, and you'll see a mess.
Is this where they started going towards the anime-ish art style here? Because I can see it sort of emerging. It's a little more realistic still, but like Dawn of Sorrow is straight up anime, you know?
The graphics in this are far and away the best. Far and away. That's something I don't think I've ever said. They're the best on the GBA
Out of all three?
Castlevania games. Absolutely.
This was the third.
This
in
was
order,
the third
right?
one, and this is where they nailed it. This game's a masterpiece.
Really?
In the Metroidvania genre.
Because I've actually never played this one. I've played a lot of Dawn of Sorrow. Okay, so this is where they start you off without a whip. This is just like Dawn of Sorrow, where you start with like your bare bones sort of setup.
It's fantastic.
And it has the same soul system, I think, right? Where you absorb souls from.
This is very similar to Dawn of Sorrow. Dawn of Sorrow is better, admittedly, but this is fantastic title. This, if you're into Metroidvanias, if you're into Castlevania, and you haven't played this for some reason,
You're a fool!
yeah, you need to get a copy of this or just play it on an emulator. Who cares?
We're using a
That's what
capture
we're
card for our GBA.
I actually still have the cart for this game.
Really?
I have Harmony of Dissonance plus Aria of Sorrow. That's what I have. I have the cartridge that has both games on it, and that was a legit.
Oh yeah.
A legit cartridge. Yeah,
That's
that came out
right.
like towards the end of the GBA's life, I think.
You know, I remember when I really, really wanted Dawn of Sorrow when the GBA came out, and it was super rare. I think they had a limited printing at first. It was super, super, super rare.
Really?
And then they
I didn't
started
know about
reprinting
that.
it just a little bit, I think. And
Yeah.
I found a copy that was used for I think $40. It was like shortly before or just after they started reprinting it.
Let's keep moving.
It's a hard game to. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm
You're
grinding.
like grinding.
I love grinding, but Dawn of Sorrow, man, that was a hard game to find for a long time.
Yeah, it definitely was. I think it was worth more than the retail price at one point.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't the retail price for Game Boy games like $30 or $35?
It was
I think
30,
35.
30. No, it was 30.
Oh.
It was 30.
Well then, yeah, it was. I definitely.
GBA games were 30. I remember that. But Pokemon games were usually 35. But besides that, pretty much everything was 30.
They could charge $1 million for those, and still somebody would buy them. You know, we had a comment recently about the mermaids in Shantae,
What about them?
about having a behavior similar to these fishmen. I got their soul!
Oh yeah, because they just jump from the water up onto
Yeah,
the.
because they jump straight up, right?
Yeah.
And somebody was asking me, what's the difference between... it was in reference to another game we were talking about. Shantae versus... the robots in Money Number 9, how they jump out of the foreground and surprise you.
Yeah, they surprise the fuck out of you.
They were
they're
like...
not fun.
They asked how that was different than the mermaids in Shantae, and I couldn't remember what the mermaids in Shantae, so I went back and looked at it, and it's exactly the same as the fishmen in Castlevania, you know, like they jump straight out of the water.
Yeah.
The difference is night and day. They jump straight up out of the water with enough time for you to
It's
react.
kind of annoying enemy placement there.
Yeah.
On the steps like that, you can't get them with your starting weapon. We have to assume we have the starting weapon still. Yeah, you get all these equipments. It's,
Let's equip some souls.
Castlevania. Yeah, equip with soul. We
Throw
should definitely show something. Turn into a bat? No, you don't turn into a bat, I don't think.
Press R. Yeah, this is the exact same system as Dawn of Sorrow.
Yeah.
Equipping the... Okay, so we don't have any of those yet. We have a winged skeleton.
Oh my god. Ed is the fastest menu navigator I've ever met.
Well, if you watched AGDQ, you might have seen me playing Menu Navigator 2017.
I wouldn't go in that water. Look at that. Look at that bass.
Oh!
He went in the water.
His name is Killer Fish. I bet I can kill him.
Oh.
I killed him!
It wasn't
Wait.
as dangerous as I expected.
What is
so
up
now
with-
you're going backwards.
Wait.
Why don't you just swim across? There's not even a fish
Oh,
in the
yeah.
water anymore. Just fucking swim.
What if there's another fish?
Look at how he swims. I wish I could swim like
Look
that.
how quickly he's
You
swimming.
just jiggle your arms back and forth and you move at 16 miles an hour in the water.
Wait, you mean you don't swim like this?
Oh, wait, is that how you swim? So the way I've been swimming is I've been, like a swimmer. like how people swim in real life.
Okay, this is getting repetitive. I don't know
Yeah, it's boat to boat here.
Boat to
Boat
boat.
to boat, spinning on the boat. That
There
was
we go.
a...
$1.
Do you remember Sonic Rush? It had a song in it called Back to Back.
Rush.
Really great song.
Which one was Sonic Rush?
It was for DS. It was a Sonic game for DS. It was actually a fantastic
I didn't
2D
play it.
Sonic game.
I did not
I
play
played
it.
the shit out of it. Had Hideki Naganuma did the soundtrack for it.
Oh,
Fucking
what?
fantastic game.
Wait, what is going on?
Yeah, you can't go
can't go
under the
down
water.
here.
No, you can't go down there.
So I have to go. There's a spot just to the left.
To
Yeah,
the, yeah, just to the left.
Let's see. Oh, I have that special ability. It looks like that. That looks really anticlimactic.
Pretty lame.
Look at his hands.
Pretty lame, but
you hold the button,
trust me. Some of the attacks get really fucking exciting.
Oh, there it is.
later on in the game. They start you off a little slow. I'll have to admit. They try to wow you with the graphics and the sexiness of the main character. But
Sure. Attacks enemies underwater, perishes when out of water. Wait, can we move this boat over? No, they're just on.
No,
they're
are
sign behavior boats.
They are sign behavior.
goddamn
You're
sign
correct
boats.
about that.
We call them sign boats in the
we call
industry.
them. Yeah.
Because Joe and I are both very active members of the industry.
Yeah.
What industry? We'll never tell.
We've given several talks at the Game Developers Conference.
We could.
Actually, I just subscribed to the Game Developers Conference YouTube. That's why they're on my mind.
They're pretty great,
Yeah,
right?
sub to that channel if you aren't.
But don't leave yet.
Yeah, don't leave. Don't stop watching this video.
How pathetic.
And also,
Oh, dear Lord.
go to the Patreon or the PayPal before
Oh,
you
yeah.
do as well.
I think we've plugged the
Yeah,
channel
we're plugging too much now.
more in the last
You
20
need to-
minutes.
yeah, we've plugged more than the last 20 minutes than we have in the last 20 months.
Oh, we haven't been this way. Yeah, this feels very tight. I like these controls most of the 3 games we've played so far. Merman.
Yeah, it feels the same as Dawn of Sorrow. Dawn of Sorrow just
Yeah.
um,
God, I just want to keep playing this.
just solidified it, just polished it, and made it perfect.
Yeah, Dawn of Sorrow is one of my favorite games.
One of the best Metroid or Castlevania games. One of the best games. It's just one of the best games. It might even be on my top 100 games of all time.
Wow. I mean, I do have
Dawn of Sorrow is fantastic.
I do have an issue with it, and that's an issue that's inherent to most Metroidvanias, is you don't know where to go a lot of the time.
Yeah, that is always a problem.
Especially
that is
with
a
Dawn of
problem with the
Sorrow.
old ones, but like
Yeah.
like I told you, man, Strider, the new
Strider?
not new, but it came out 3 years ago. But the game that's just called Strider, and it's for PS4 and PC and I think Xbox One. It's fantastic, and Xbox 360. But who really cares?
Nobody.
It's
No, I care.
It's done right though. Metroidvania is done right. Now you don't have as much customization as you do in even like in this game,
Stop it!
where you can pick different souls and pick different equipment. There isn't that in Strider. Strider is pretty straightforward, as you get the abilities at a set point in the storyline.
Okay.
But you can find extra hit point upgrades and upgrades for your other weapons that you wouldn't find if you explore a lot. So there is definitely a pretty huge incentive to explore.
I mean, that's what Metroidvanias are made for.
Yes.
Throws bones! Let's throw some bones.
So while the character isn't particularly customizable, I think it's very well done.
Have you played Shadow Complex?
No.
That's also a Metroidvania, but I have not played it.
We need to play all the Metroidvanias.
You know,
There's so many of them.
we
And
do.
what is a Metroidvania? We were talking about this earlier on
Oh,
an
yeah.
IM. All a Metroidvania is a side-scrolling game where there are just no levels dividing everything. It's
Pretty
just
much.
one big level.
And even then, sometimes there are. Like, castles, this castle is broken into segments, you know? They're sort of like levels.
Yeah. Oh, this is the first. Is this the first boss, or
Yes.
is this just a guy?
Hello, creaking skull. Suck on this. What?
Oh, you've taken a lot of damage already. Are you throwing bones at his?
I'm throwing bones at a bone. Bones at a skeleton.
Well, you know what they say skeletons are weak to? Their own bones.
That. Whoa, I beat him without even healing.
Yeah, that was really easy.
I usually heal in these fights. Huh.
I used to be one of those type of players that didn't use potions ever in Castlevania.
I remember. I mean, that's really where the challenge is. If you can just...
Yeah, that's you have to challenge yourself to not use potions if you want to make these games difficult.
Bugbear, right?
That's really
Keeping
the
eye.
secret of making these games extra challenging.
That's what Valda's story was like. I played the first half of that game.
Yeah,
that was a hard
me
game.
too. Oh my god.
Because at one point we were going to play it on the channel.
Yeah, I still want to. That's still on the list. Is it on the list? Well,
It's not actually on the list.
it's on the list in my mind.
Yeah, me too. Me
I
too.
definitely want to play that. That's a pretty fantastic Metroidvania. But yeah, fucking hard as hell.
Remember the Iconoclasts? That's been in development for like 5 or 6 years.
No, I don't know about it.
I think you would remember it.
Yeah.
I definitely have been waiting for that game to come out forever.
I can't wait until we can swim.
Yeah, I know.
It's never gonna happen in recording.
I thought you were going to say in this game.
In
Yeah.
fact, we've been playing this fucking game for 10 minutes.
But it's so much fun.
It is really good.
Yeah, Metroidvanias in general just have so much more potential to be so much fun. I feel like even the worst Metroidvania is still marginally playable.
This game is really held up. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just watching. Ed's the one playing, but
Like Dawn of Sorrow, I bet is still an amazing game. I bet you.
some games don't age well. Some games age well. This one looks like it's exceptionally well.
Why did I just save my game?
There's no reason to.
Why did I do it? Look at that map. I guess that's it for now.
It's
huh?
really well done.
We can't top that.
We can't top this game. Can't be topped. Top ramen. Today's episode of Game Soup was brought to you by Game
Top-
Soup.
I thought you were gonna say top ramen.
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
No.
I mean, I wouldn't lie to them. We don't lie on this channel.
Never. What's an emulator?
Which of these buttons does it make the recording stop? I don't have any clue.